Hey guys, so today we're going to do a full face demo with a brush set. This brush set is actually going to be worth your money. It's very reasonable for the quality of brushes you get. These brushes are phenomenal. So the brushes that I'm talking about are these brushes right here. I have them in a little mug because I can't like hold them all at once in my hand. These are the Delium Tools Golden Triangle brushes, and these are a new collection that they just released this past month, and they are freaking beautiful and phenomenal, and I felt the need to make a completely dedicated video to them. Delium Tools did send me these brushes. They actually reached out to me to ask if they could send me some brushes to try out. So this is in no way sponsored. When they reached out to me, I was actually like, hell freaking yes, send me those brushes, because Delium Tools, when I first started doing makeup professionally, was the first, I think it was actually definitely one of the first. I bought like 2 makeup brushes, I think, from Delium Tools off Camera Ready Cosmetics. So it kind of holds a place in my heart, their brand, because it was one of the first brushes that I used for my like professional kit. So I thought that was kind of cool when they reached out to me. I was like, you can definitely send me brushes, but they're not paying me to make this video or anything. I do have a discount code with them, but it's not even like a commissions code, so I won't make any money if you guys decide to use the code. You can just use it for more money off the brush set, which is mind-blowing because this set is already priced like perfectly. Okay, so let's talk about the freaking brushes because I'm getting sidetracked here. So like I said before, Delium Tools released a whole collection of these brushes called the Golden Triangle brushes, and they made them shaped like this triangle shape for better control when you hold your brush, because it's kind of like, I don't know, it just rests really easy in your hand the way it's shaped, and I didn't think it was really gonna make that much of a difference, but it actually does give me some really nice control. So I'm loving this triangle shape, and the color, the blue, is stunning. All these brushes are synthetic and vegan. I personally love synthetic brushes. I think I like them more over natural hair brushes. Released 4 different brush sets with different brushes in them. It's like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. The one that caught my eye the most was phase 3, which is the brush set I ended up picking. And then the best part about this collection is that it is $140. $140, and you get 15 brushes. It blows my mind every time I look at that price. And then with my code on top of that, you can get 15% off. So 15% off $140. And if you do end up getting a set, it also comes with a beautiful case. It's kind of like a neoprene type material. It's like a dark blue. It's got some rose gold detailing. It says Delium Tools. It has some pockets in there where you can stand the brushes up. So I thought that was also really nice. So the only thing I'm not going to use one of the brushes for is brows. I don't think there really even is a brow brush in this specific set, but I use a brow pencil anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead, pop some brows on, and we'll be right back to start the face. Okay, so brows are on. Although there's not a brush in this set to fill in your brows with, there is a brush to carve out your brows with, and this one is freaking bomb. It's very, very sharp, and it's stiff, so it really keeps that line nice and crisp if you like to carve out your brows. This brush is also good for like cleaning up the lip line if you're using like a red lip or something. Perfect for that. So this is the 714 Flat Eye Definer, and it just looks like that. And I have used this one already, that's why it's a little bit dirty. So I'm gonna clean up my brows with the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. I'm just gonna use this concealer as an eyeshadow base as well. And I'm just gonna blend it out with another one of their brushes. I'll tell you what this brush is in a minute. Let's move on to foundation. I have 2 brushes in this brush set that I like for foundation and that are kind of like multi-purpose brushes. So the first one is this guy right here. This is the 968 BDHD Phase 2 brush. So this is what that one looks like. It's great for foundation. It's great for buffing and kind of pressing in. I just really love the shape of this. It's nice for like around the nose as well. And then the second brush I like to use for foundation is this one, and this is the brush that I also use to blend out my eyeshadow base. This is the 953 Duo Fiber foundation brush. So they do label it as a foundation brush, and it has like the duo fiber type bristles to it, but they are all synthetic. And now I personally do not like these types of duo fiber brushes. I don't know, they always left streaks on my face. I just never really had a thing for them. But this one is like made very, very well. It's densely packed, but it's very soft. So it's great at blending. It does not leave the streaks on your face, and it just blends foundation out flawlessly. I also like to use this for cream contour. It works beautiful for that. It's perfect, like it's perfect size, and it just blends it so airbrushed. It's so good. So I think I'm going to use this one for foundation today. This is definitely one of my favorite brushes because it has multi-purposes, but I do love both of these and would definitely recommend both. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I'm between shades right now, so I'm going to use 2.0 and 4.0 and just mix those. I'm going to apply it and then blend it out. I love this because it doesn't soak up like any of my products, so I'm getting like maximum full coverage with this brush. So to add some warmth back into the face, I'm just going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour Bronzer, which looks like this, and that same brush we just used for foundation. I'm just going to buff that in. Just a little bit because I am going to be using a powder bronzer later on top of it, so I just want like a little bit of warmth so I don't look like one-dimensional right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna actually clean this brush off with some Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. It's like an instant, quick drying brush cleaner because I wanna use this brush for concealer as well. I cannot believe that I love this brush for concealer because I only have one other brush that I like to use for concealer. Otherwise, it's just straight beauty blender usually. I usually do not like to use brushes for my concealer. I just don't think they work very well. But this brush is seriously awesome, and it just leaves like full coverage underneath my eyes because it doesn't pick up any excess product. So this brush is super freaking amazing. This is definitely one of my favorites out of the set. If you didn't want to use this brush, you could probably also use this one for concealer. Which I'll probably talk about later. It's the 788 BDHD Phase 3 brush. It does have a little taperedness on it, but it's small. It could definitely be good for spot concealing or getting like right up under the eye as well. So again, I'm going to be taking that Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, and that's what I'm going to be using. I've been really enjoying this concealer. I like to kind of tap gently and then just diffuse the edges. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so we can work on the eyes a little bit and kind of bounce around. They actually sent me two brushes, separate brushes that aren't included in this specific brush set, but they're still from the Golden Triangle collection, and this is one of them. This is the 785 Tapered Blending Brush, and this one's really nice. It's super soft, but I like it for kind of diffusing crease color. One of the brushes from the actual brush set, you can definitely still use the 776 blender brush. They are very similar, it's just that this one is definitely a little bit shorter and a little bit more densely packed. It's kind of like a MAC 217 brush, so you can definitely use this brush if you don't feel like getting an extra one from the set, or you can use the 783 Small Tapered Blending, which is also in the set. You could use this for an all-around blending in the crease, but it's also good for depositing color like precisely where you want it and blending it out because it's a little bit smaller than the other two. So that's what they look like all together, so you guys can get a feel for them. So I guess for the purpose of this video, I will use the one that comes in the set, which is the 776 blending. And I'm going to take Taupe from the Lorac Original Pro Palette, and I'm going to run that in the crease. I'm going to take that little tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to put some setting powder on the outer corner of my eyes, just in case we get any fallout. I don't want to have to clean up my concealer later, so I'm just going to do this now. Okay, so next I'm going to take this 772 Small Shader Brush, and I'm going to just highlight the brow bone with this. It's like the perfect size for that, and like getting on the lid, getting in the inner tear duct. Now I'm going to go to that 783 smaller tapered blending brush and dip into Sable. Now I'm going to take that even smaller 781 brush and I'm going to dip into Espresso, which is just a little bit darker, and really define that outer corner. I kind of want to do like a smoky cat eye kind of look. So I'm just going to pack this like along the lash line a little bit and drag it out. Just kind of blending as I'm going. I'm kind of feeling the matte vibe right now, so I'm going to dip into Cream. It's just like a matte bone shade, and I'm actually just going to use this on the lid with that small shader brush. And I'm just gonna pack this. Now I'm just cleaning up the edge of that eyeshadow because I want to do a little wing. This is gonna act as a guide. And to do this, I could have just used this brush before actually. This is the 775 Duo Fiber, which is like a flat brush. This is great for packing pigments on the eye as well. Really great for shimmer shades as well. Just like, oh, this is really, really good for that. Now I'm just gonna take the 540 Precision Liner brush. Very, very small. This brush is like extremely stiff. So you could probably just use this for a wing liner with like a gel eyeliner would probably be great. But what I'm gonna do is just take espresso and I'm going to kind of pack it right over the liner and kind of smoke it out right in the outer corner. Just for like a more smoky liner effect. Let's just like move on, continue the rest of the face. I'm just gonna pop on some lashes real quick before we do that, and I'm using my eBay lashes like I always do. These are number A13 and I will link them in the description box. I like to do my highlighter before I do my bronzer, so I'm going to take the 925 Duo Fiber Fan Brush, and this is a super, super nice highlighting brush. It's like very, very soft and it disperses the product like very nicely. It blends it like as you're highlighting, which is super, super good because you don't want like a harsh cut highlight. So I'm taking the Fenty Beauty highlighter in Mean Money right on the cheekbone. Not too much, just right there. I'm gonna move on to bronzer, and this one I'm seriously in love with. I think this might be my favorite brush out of the whole collection, honestly. This is the 942 Slanted Contour, and I love it for bronzer. It's seriously the perfect size because it's not too big, not too small. It's good for right there and precisely putting your bronzer where you need it. Also great for blush. I've been using this as my blush brush and it's perfect for that too because I can also place it precisely where I want it. It's so nice. I love this brush. I like to keep most of the concentration just right there on the cheekbone, but then I like to bring whatever is left over just down onto my jawline a little bit, just so it's kind of like seamless and it's not just like cut all the way across. And then for my lip, I'm just gonna use my Lip Sense in the shade Hazelnut. Okay guys, and this is the final look using the brushes. There was 3 brushes from the set that I didn't use today, so I'm just gonna go over them like really, really quick. This brush is really friggin' cool, and at first I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with that brush? But I didn't use it today because I usually use this brush to set my entire face with like a translucent powder and kind of just sweep it all over my face and like brush off under eye powder and even like set under eye powder just like lightly. If you're using a concealer that doesn't need to be like baked, you can just like sweep powder underneath your under eye, and I really, really like doing that with this brush. It's really cool. I didn't do it today just because this foundation, I don't need to set it with powder because it's pretty matte on me and it wears nicely without having to set it, so that's why I didn't use this. But I do really love this brush. You can definitely use this for like bronzing like your cheeks if you wanted to, so that's a good brush. That's one of my favorites, definitely. This is the 964 All-Purpose Blusher. So this is just a kind of basic like blushing, bronzing brush. Definitely great for blush. I just haven't used it. I didn't really need to use it today because I love that other little one. And then the last one I didn't use is this guy. This is the 758 Large Smudger Brush. Definitely use this brush for like packing eyeshadow on the lid. Its definite purpose is for putting shadow and like smudging underneath the lash line or smudging eyeshadow along the top lash line. Great for all those things. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna include all the information I can about the brushes in the description box, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. And I also want to mention to you guys, I don't think you guys know yet because obviously I haven't told you guys on this channel, but I just created a vlogging channel. It's called Gina Ritacco Vlogs. I'm gonna leave the link also in the description box, so if you guys want to check that out and subscribe, I just created it like 2 weeks ago. I'm so excited about it because I love just like filming videos, and it's gonna be cool to like show just like everyday life and like other things besides just makeup. Obviously I'm always gonna have my makeup channel. I do makeup for a living, so like this is my main channel, but yeah, so that's just gonna be like a fun thing and just like like where I can have all my memories of like life. So if you guys want to subscribe and check it out, go ahead. I already uploaded 2 videos, so go check them out. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!